I'm tired because I took Benadryl.
Right. So last time we played, you guys defeated a guy with no hesitation. It's like super easy. You guys made it so fucking easy. But nonetheless, you guys did a great job with Rory, Amelia, and Pi. Um, Amelia uh, decided to read through a book, and that book seems to have somehow
Possessed Amelia.
possessed Amelia. In which case, Pi took it away from her and tried to hide from her, and then it opened it, and he got possessed as well. But then he cast a spell to try to get rid of Amelia, and that spell repelled the book, so now he's no longer affected by the book, and now Amelia has the book after a natural 20 jump. Shut up.
Didn't want it. We didn't want
Wait.
it.
Now Amelia has to do what?
Now what?
What does Amelia have to do?
No, Amelia has the book now because she did a natural 20 on a jump.
Yeah. And we all decided that it was dangerous, and then
But Amelia didn't care. So
no, we didn't. We're treating Amelia like she doesn't know still
yeah.
that she's being stupid.
Yep.
And now Keisu, me, and Pi are all trying to figure out how to get it away from her without hurting her.
Yeah. But you guys you guys tied a rope to her and started dragging her via pulling her on the ground.
Drag me.
And I said we'd fast forward it since I rolled for you guys and you guys didn't encounter anything, so you guys made it to the town, no problem. I did everything else but find a name for this town. Give me a moment. No. Oh, found one. Okay. Casey would tell you, or Amelia would not tell you because she's too entranced with this book being dragged.
Yeah.
It's the town of Lunter. Lunter. Oh wait, I'm the only one in this game. So Aurora, you said that you joined, or you had it open, but I don't see you in here. So in the game.
Damn it. Hang on. I guess it didn't like that.
Are you gonna hop on the game, Linda?
Yeah, I'm just uploading some pictures.
Okay. So you guys are in the town of Lunter.
Of what?
Lunter, Lunter. That's the name of the town. You guys would see a bunch of halflings. They seem to be like a huge population in this town. Let's see. It's on the hillside. You see that they're not necessarily quite organized as well as you may hope, but nonetheless, they're happy. You see several buildings built into the hillside itself. And in the center of this, you see a very, very large tent made up of different colored stripes. You see that the majority of the population is going towards this tent. And also, roughly around this time, it's about 3 p.m.
Getting onto the thingy. So what's going on?
So you guys just got to town.
Yeah.
This town is very, very kind of small. Kind of basically just built on a hill or several pieces of hill. There's about 3 hills, one being the tallest. Um, most of the buildings seem to be going into the hillside and building upwards rather than building like a platform on top of the hill. But yeah, made up of majority of the population is halflings, and you do see some humans, you do see some elves, you do see some other races, but majority seems to be halflings. And in the center of this town, there seems to be a very, very large tent with different colors lining it.
I pull on Keisu's sleeve and ask what the tent is. Because I've never even been around this many human creatures.
Halflings.
And draconic, obviously.
Yeah. Halflings, not humans.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying
Squeak.
creature. I mean, like, in shape. I mean, halflings don't look like animals.
Yeah, they're really small creatures to you. Especially you being 7 feet tall.
Giant.
She looks around, and then she tugs on Amelia once more, dragging her on the floor. And she walks up to a halfling.
Just like laying on the ground,
Yeah.
just like in a fetal position only in the book.
Yep. And she walks up to a halfling and she's like, excuse me, do you happen to know what's going on? And the halfling would tell her, oh yeah, there's this new traveling carnival that's coming around, and it came to our town, and everyone's so excited. We're all going to go see. You should come with. And she's like, yeah, maybe in a bit. We have to do some things. And then she turns around back and tells you in Draconic, it's a entertainment ceremony. Which is the probably the most simplest way she could tell you what a carnival is. These people are going to that colorful area for entertainment.
Okay. Interesting. I kind of look at the tent curious, but know that Amelia has to... We have to fix Amelia first before we do anything else.
Alright, and then Pi jiggles excitingly towards the tent. And, where's to start? Let's see. I can't ask Amelia because Amelia's fetal position holding the book. I can't ask Pi because Pi is a blob. It doesn't know better. You do notice that everyone starts giving Pi like some interesting glances, but then once more gets distracted by the tent and then starts rushing towards the tent. Keisu would then start dragging Amelia towards a hut, or no, not a hut, a homestead almost. On the outskirts of that, you don't understand this, but Amelia and Pi would understand. The baneful omen is what's the text on the outside of this house. It seems to be an inn. Baneful omen.
Just casually following. That is a weird name for an inn. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I was a traveler that could understand, I would probably be nervous about going to that.
Yeah, but you notice that when Keisu is walking in, she walks in with no worry whatsoever. It might be.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. If you,
I'm not really concerned. I'm just like saying that.
Going inside. Claritin for what? Allergies?
My face is swelling.
Oh. Well, if it's allergies, I have allergy medication right here called Allegra.
No, I have to take my own.
Sneezing, runny nose, watery eyes. That doesn't help you. But as she walks in, you would hear people talking, and
I feel like it might be the hot chocolate that I have. It's the only thing I've had.
So you hear people chattering, and it seems quite busy. Some people talking about the carnival that just walked into town. And majority of the conversation is just pretty much that, them talking about the carnival. And then you do see some other halflings talking to one another about experiences, and just casual talk, really.
The question is, do I hear it? Because I'm
Yes, you would, but you're being dragged and you don't care. Well, I mean, I don't know, Amelia cares or
Yeah,
not.
it's like,
Right now the
I'm
book is
preoccupied by the book.
yeah.
So I'm acting like I didn't hear anything, which I haven't really.
Yeah. So so Keisu would walk up to the barkeep, which a dwarf stands there, and you notice that he has like a little some bruises on his face. They seem quite fresh, and he's seen better days, but like it's, if anything, this looks natural to him. He's just kind of casually just looking around. And then when Casey walks up, he's like, "Oh, well, hello there. Welcome back. Are you gonna order another room for Hey, did you make new friends?" And Casey's like, they're kind of like my pets."
Rude.
Well,
But I get it.
Yeah. And you don't understand what's going on. You just see a bunch of little folk talking to one another, and they do seem a little bit cute to you, because once more they're quite small. If anything, you might think that they're cubs even.
Oh.
And then Casey's like, yeah, I would like to get one room just for looks back, me and my pets. And he's like, "Now, are they party trained? Because I don't want to clean up anything afterwards." And he's like, yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's just I'm gonna leave them in the room, then I'm gonna check out the carnival, maybe take a few of them out for a walk, and then I'll keep an eye on them and I'll clean them. Don't worry.
Shut up.
Me. Nook and Cranny, right? And he's like, okay. It's gonna be about 2 gold pieces, since multiple, just in case. If there's no cleaning to be done, I'll give you back a gold piece. And he's like, yeah, sure. And then she pulls out a 2 gold coins, gives it to him, and he returns her key, and then she gestures you guys to follow her, and then she would walk downstairs. You will notice that as you guys descend, there are several paintings lining the walls, which depict previous owners of this establishment. It seems to be about maybe a good 20 or so people who own this establishment, and the first one that you saw coming in being of his face. And as you guys walk down the stairs, it slowly gets more and more vibrant with colors and ornaments such as flowers, if you choose to eat some, because you guys are pretty much animalistic. And you do see some natural statues of depicting of these beautiful feminine creatures. And then before you guys know it, you guys reach a doorway, in which case Keisu puts a key inside, walks inside, and you guys would see a single bed with a bedside window. And this window has a little small bathing area on the outside of it that is also connecting via door. So it's like, even though you're underground, at least you still have somewhat of a view of what seems to be a makeshift lake, and then you can always close the drapes if you don't want to be watched from the room. And then case.
Do I hear children play in the background?
That's
My background?
That's from the game.
Oh, okay. I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Cause you guys are in a tavern, you guys would hear this. So Keisu drags Amelia into the bed, or starts kind of shoving her underneath the bed.
Underneath the bed.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna carry you, and if you're being this stubborn, you deserve to be under the bed.
Sticks her tongue out at Keisu.
You keep being rude, you ain't getting food tonight.
As long as I have this book.
Alright.
It's basically like a fuck you.
Okay,
Heavy breathing.
so so she sits on the on the bedside, and she starts thinking like, okay, what are we gonna do? And then Pi starts blobbing and starts wobbling. And once more, Pi's in her human form with a skeleton within her. That's
I
just
thought something was out.
no, the skeleton's within her, just mimicking the movements. Well, since Pi is kind of controlling it, but Casey would look at Pi and be like, "Are you okay?" And then Pi would be like, "Entertainment, interesting." And then Casey would be like, "Yeah, we don't have time for that right now. We have to figure out Gem, Amelia. You know, we gotta fix her."
Doesn't he call Amelia Cranny or Nook or something?
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Cranny. That's right. Thank you. No, but yeah. So then Casey would say Cranny. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. I gotta take these notes. Hold on.
Casey was ignorant. That's not true.
Nope, not this one.
Your guinea pigs are loud.
Yeah, they are. They won't shut up.
Well, the more you talk to them, the more they squeak. So so Keisu then takes a moment and then realizes that she kind of stinks. And then she flips. She goes underneath the bed and starts sniffing Amelia, and she's like, "Amelia, we have to take a shower."
Can I bring the book?
If you wanted to get it wet. What?
Kind of sniffing around the room, exploring, touching things.
I just put it in the back, like under the bed, far in the corner.
Yeah, looking around, you would see a painting of a forest almost. You see, it's mainly decorated with a bunch of flowers, but it's a nice scenery for whatever it may be. You do see a vase with flowers inside. There do seem to be some water that seems to be replaced every day. You would see a rug on the floor. You would see a table with a paper and feather and quill, ink and quill next to it with a nice candlelight. And then Keisu starts walking Amelia into the bathroom. In which case they get undressed and then they start bathing in the water as Keisu is cleaning herself. What's Amelia doing?
So they're in the shower, right?
They're in the bath. Yes. It's just think of like a
It's a Japanese bath.
yeah, kind of like a spa almost, but it's like the water is room temperature, but
I'm
Like
floating
the old Roman
in the water.
bathhouses?
yeah, there we go. That's a good interpretation. But it's like it's really small. It's only like 10 feet by 10 feet, so it's enough to fit everyone. But
I am floating underwater. I'm not even
I'm
close to
asking
myself.
Kate. That's cute.
wait, okay. You're asking Casey.
Rory asked Casey what she's doing, because obviously Casey's the only one she can talk to.
Yeah. And then Casey would reply with, I feel. No, let's see, what's a simple word she can use to describe this? Because I don't want to say clean. But yeah, I feel uneasy and I'm trying to relax. And being around some dead bodies, I'm trying to clean myself from any impurities. I
I
mean,
want to try it too.
you slowly but surely tap your foot into the water, making sure that it's safe. And once more, it's about room temperature. And then you slowly inch in, getting low enough, much like Keisu. And then Keisu brings over a bowl full of water. And then she tells you before she does this, I'm gonna pour it over your head. Do not be startled.
A nod.
And then she pours it over your head as the water drapes down your body. You feel a little bit colder, but at the same time, it is starting to feel a little bit relaxing, especially with some company around.
Yes.
Amelia's just floating around, just like bobbing like a buoy, how it just like drifts and stuff like that, and hits them eventually, and it goes off.
For some reason, I imagine you doing like dog paddles.
Oh.
Just like swimming around, even though it's not that deep. But like nonetheless, occasionally Amelia would splash at the two of you, and then Casey would be like, "What the hell, Amelia?" and then splash back.
All I saw was the anime kind of feel where it just like slowly holds her head down in the water.
No, okay, look, Keisu is trying to bring you back alive to your father. But you guys would then eventually notice Pi at the doorway, just kind of poking her head in, and as soon as the splash comes her way, she pulls back, like almost in fear, and then Keisu would remind you, be careful. I don't think Pi likes water.
I think Pi would just solidify into the water.
Yeah, so that's why it's not in here.
Yeah.
It's like I'm saying he and she, but Casey would say it. So then she will tell Rory, be careful. Our slime friend doesn't seem to like water. So try not to get her wet. And then she would then grab what seems to be a tiny smooth rock, and then she starts cleaning herself, which you guys would know it's soap, but I'm trying to describe it to Rory, who don't understand what any of this shit is. And then Casey would say to you in Draconic that this is a cleansing rock. And she's gonna
Cleansing rock.
and she's gonna clean your fur and scales with it. And then she starts wiping you down. And you give a nice sniff before she actually starts wiping you down, and it has a very, very nice fragrance to it. You don't quite know what it is, but it's really comforting.
I'm purring happily.
Yep, as Keisu is cleaning your body. And then
Yes.
Amelia, after Keisu is done washing and cleaning Rory, Amelia, you get clunked in the head with this soap. Boom! She's like, clean yourself!
Just grab the soap and just like myself down, staring at Keisu.
And then in which case Keisu gets out of the bath and grabs a towel and starts drying herself, and then walks outside. What are you two doing?
I'm still watching, so.
Rory,
I'm helping Amelia.
Okay, so Rory comes over and then starts mimicking what Casey did for Rory, and starts like reaching into your armpits, getting in the nice areas. And then she goes to go clean your tail, and then realize, oh, you don't have a tail. And then she
That's cute.
because like you're just kind of mimicking everything. You're like, okay, she did this, and then she did this, and then she reached. Oh wait, she doesn't have a tail. Okay, so she would do this and this, and then surely enough, and then Rory then takes a nice scoop of water and then just pours it over Amelia. Since Rory cannot speak to Amelia, it just kind of happens, and you feel like this cold going down. You're like, ah!
Cold, cold.
And then eventually you guys are done. I'm assuming this is what will happen. Amelia will climb outside, grab a towel, starts drying herself, and then Rory will climb outside the water and then just kind of wiggles herself dry, and then
Like
Amelia,
a dog.
yeah, and then
Yeah. Yep.
Amelia will stare at her for a brief moment and then dry herself off again. And then you guys go outside and Casey's nowhere to be found.
Drop back my under the bed.
You crawl underneath the bed and the book is gone.
Just hold it back in the same spot that it was.
I
You,
call for her in Draconic.
you go back under the bed and the book is gone.
Where's the book? Oh, we need to find a book.
As Amelia looks up to you with these puppy dog eyes. So as you called out for Casey, there was no response.
And Amelia's just looking at me.
With puppy dog
Fuck!
eyes.
I'm so confused. Like, I'm just like, I happen to have like, I just like don't know what to do. I grab like a flower and like hold it out for her.
Not the
Amelia smacks it out of your hand and says, "No, the book!"
I start crying.
What do is there like a bookcase in the room?
No, there isn't. There is a table or a desk that you could pull drawers out of.
Do I have a pen and paper?
Are you gonna like start like frantically?
Drawing.
Yeah, you have ink and quill.
Fine. I'll get that out and start drawing the book and then just like circle it with like arrows wherever you find it.
Make a performance check.
Oh, is that a D20? Yeah. 12.
So Rory, you would see a rectangle with some scribbles on it. They just seem to be lines, and then Amelia is gesturing at it, pointing at it, circling it with the ink and quill.
Arrows looking at it.
To kind of look around the room for an object resembling it, but obviously I don't find it anywhere because there's not really much places to hide it.
As you look around, you would see Pie, and then Pie's just kind of wiggling. And yeah, what are you guys doing?
Oh, we dressed. Yeah.
You're
Am I-
not. You're not.
Yeah, okay.
You immediately went back under the bed, and Rory doesn't really care.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of an animal, so I don't entirely wear clothes. I mean, I probably
So I
should
get
find
my
a shirt, but
clothes on. And then I grab Roy's hand to go outside to look for K-Sue.
You grab Rory's hand to go outside and look for Casey.
Just look for K-Sue in general,
Okay.
yeah.
So after getting dressed, Amelia grabs your hand, pulls you outside, starts going upstairs, and
I'm surprised nobody cares that like I have human boobs and that they're out.
I haven't thought about that yet. Thank you for reminding me. Well, I guess it's your attire and everything, and then like also like I guess it was kind of addressed, but like Casey once more mentioned that you guys were her pets, so it's kind of justified that none of you guys have clothing.
Child on a leash.
Yeah,
I'm the only one actually. Pie's wearing a cloak.
Pie is wearing a cloak. Amelia, yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that's it though. That's all Pie is wearing, and like there is, I guess there aren't any nipples or genitals, so I guess it's okay. But nonetheless, seeing a humanoid slime is kind of weird. But yeah, anyways, you guys
You're
are
really group.
Yeah, I got a lot to think about. Thank you. So as you guys go upstairs, you guys will once more see a bunch of halflings, a bunch of humans, a bunch of elves, some dwarves, talking with one another. You do occasionally see some kids actually jumping from table to table, trying to do like these interesting flips. But like you would see that.
Poku.
Yeah, no, kinda, but like they like run up to the table and then they start chanting like they start chanting a name, Komsky.
Kopsky?
Yep, Komsky.
Look at the card and just get a name from that.
Komsky. Yep. Like Komsky, and then like the child would then jump in the air, just do like a straight jump up, and then slowly climb down because like it seems like his parent is looking at him and he probably did something dangerous, so now he has to do things safely. Gets on the ground and then lands, huh! And then all the kids are like start chanting and everything.
Oh my god, I got $154 today.
Cool. What are you doing?
Still looking for Kesu.
Nowhere to be found.
I looked under every rock.
Well, I mean, like
We're inside a building.
Yeah, you're in a building.
Oh,
the tavern.
you got. So we're
Yeah, we
already
just went
just
upstairs
outside.
to like the main area.
Yeah, so you guys were downstairs because the hotel is built downwards, and you guys ran upstairs to the main tavern where most of everyone is at, and they're all talking and conversing.
All I saw was
Like the
kids
dining
doing that
area.
outside.
No, they're doing
so-
that inside.
Damn kids. I asked. There was one be a bartender, right? Would there be?
Yeah, Casey.
Oh
talked
yeah,
to
I'll
him.
ask the bartender.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, well, hello, welcome back. What may I do you for?"
I'm looking for my older friend. Oh,
Oh,
Is there like the smell of food or anything, or
oh yeah,
like?
yeah. You.
I'm hungry.
It kicks.
I'm
Yeah,
hungry.
it
I
pretty
feel
much.
like me and Amelia both have like growling stomachs
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
It pretty much kicks you in the face. The herbs, the cooked meat, the raw meat, even.
Yeah,
But,
because
yeah.
I mean I've never had cooked meat,
Yeah.
but everything smells so good.
Yeah.
I just kind of like tug Amelia.
And you would hear it growl.
Me.
Yeah.
What?
And then the guy would say, "Oh, you're talking about the black-haired woman, right? About yay tall." And he has,
Yes.
and you notice since he's a dwarf, he has to reach pretty high up for himself.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
No idea where she went. Last time I saw her, she went downstairs with you.
I'm still like I'm like starting to like really tap on Amelia as my stomach growling gets louder.
Can we get food?
Yeah, sure. What kind of food would you like? You want like the little tiny food, like for like a little halfling, or you want more like a humanized food, or maybe some ale?
I point to Roy as in saying meats. Big meat, small meat.
I see. See your friend has already started. As you glance down the bar, you see Pi has his arms out, dissolving food
Damn it.
already. And like you see like this other dwarvish man's kind of staring at her like, what? Hey, that's my food. And then Pi just kind of reaches back as you see like the turkey leg is already like stuck inside Pi as it slowly dissolves into his body. And he's like, don't worry, friend. I'll get you another, and these guys will pay for it. All right. So you want meat, and
Anything for him.
all right.
Anything with
All right.
that has meat on it. So
So then the bartender would turn around and yell into the bag, saying, "We want 3 soaring spears! 3 of them! Soaring spears! Alright? Pronto!" Alright, that'll be 5 gold pieces.
do I have any gold? I don't remember.
Could you technically offer a diamond? Not that you want to, but I mean, on the off
You
chance
do
if
you
there's
do have
nothing
some
else.
gold on you. Yeah, you do
How
have some gold.
much?
Yeah, 57.
57? Alright, that's fine.
All right,
I give him the 5 piece.
5 gold pieces. And then the bartender be like, can you keep an eye on your friend? Don't want him to be eating anything else.
Hi, come here.
He wiggles on over.
Don't eat anybody else's food. Food is gonna come soon.
It wiggles and and then surely enough, after about 10 minutes or so of you guys growling together, and Pie wiggling as you guys growl, you guys will get this large chicken leg. It seems to be almost arm length, and you can understand why it's called searing spear. It's in the shape of a spear almost.
Did you say 3 of them or 1?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 3. And so like for you, Amelia, it's about the width of your arms when you stretch it out.
Fucking Christ.
Yep, that's why it was 5 gold pieces
Each
total.
together. Oh,
Yeah, total.
it's not that bad.
Yep. And then on top of it is it's dressed with some different types of herbs that give it a nice aroma, and then you do see like a lemon on top of it as well.
My eyes are sparkling, and I'm like looking at Amelia like if I have permission to eat it.
Go ahead. I'm legitimately hungry, so I'm gonna put something in the microwave right now. I'll be right back.
Can you take a sausage out from to defrost?
Yeah.
So you eat it, and oh yeah, this is different. This is definitely different. I mean, it tastes like a rodent that you've had before, but it's a lot drier. And then whatever this liquid that they poured on top of it adds a really nice taste to it that you just kind of start licking the sauce off rather than eating. And it's like this alone tastes so good. And then you realize that with the sauce, when it melds into the meat, you take a bite into it once more, and you're like, oh, this is beautiful. And then
I'm just basically thinking of that one anime that's like all about food.
yeah, Shokugeki no Soma.
Yeah, that.
And then you take a bite with this green herbs on it because it smells good, and you take a nice bite, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. So roll a d20 and then add.
Damn it, stupid.
Amelia, you need to do this too. Roll a d20, add 3.
What am I doing?
Roll a d20.
9.
9. Okay. So
What's happening?
So both you and Amelia, as you guys are eating, Rory seems to really love her food, and if anything, she licks the sauce off, and then she starts eating, and then she's just
Oh, I want barbecue.
yeah,
now.
she is just in love with this large chicken leg, and then you notice that she's about to take a bite into this green herb that is laying on the side of it, and you guys wondered why it was like, not on the chicken, it was on the side of the chicken, so it was an optional thing. So you decide to try it too, and both you guys fail, and it's really hot. You guys start as it is burning your mouth. And then you guys immediately go and reach out to grab the mug of water that came with the meal, and you guys start chugging it down, glug, 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 while Rory starts licking it out. Yeah.
I mean, I have a regular mouth, so
Yeah.
I would probably just mimic Amelia.
Okay, yeah, okay then. So then she starts chugging. You guys start chugging. And then you look at Pie, and you just see this large chicken leg floating in the middle of Pie. as he seems to take he seems to take no mind in the heat that you guys just has overcome. He doesn't really care. And then the bartender will be like, see, that's why it's called searing spear. First, it gets you in, and then it burns you. I'm glad you guys liked it. Anything else I can help you guys with? Looks towards Amelia since she's the only one that can talk.
I see somebody drinking like an ale, and I start tapping Amelia and pointing to it because I want to try it because I've never tried anything, so I want to try everything.
So she wants to try ale, right?
Yep. But
I go to the bartender. How much is the ale?
well, it depends on which one you want. If you want one behind the shelf, it's gonna cost you extra. But if you want from the kitchen, like a silver. Is she old?
Oi, which one do you want?
Is she old enough to drink?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like he doesn't know.
I mean,
he doesn't know your age, and he doesn't understand your race, or like is she even able to drink? Like, is it fine for her? Dude,
She's able to eat something, so.
well, I mean, typically speaking, you could eat. What? Are you old enough to pay for these drinks?
I'm 22.
Make a deception check.
13.
I feel like that means it doesn't really work.
Kid, listen. I've seen several kids in my lifetime. All right. Cut. No alcohol for you. Go. If you go get your friend, you know, the girl with the black hair, maybe.
I can't find her.
Oh, maybe you should go find her. If you want some ale, you're gonna have to go find her, cause I ain't gonna sell you ale. Hey, put that down. And then you see Pie putting down a mug.
Putting down.
like Pie was gonna absorb it, and then the dwarf caught him.
I don't take anything. Go find K2. Are we done eating?
Yeah, you guys are done eating. Yeah. So you guys walk outside, and once more, Rory, you would see these characters just kind of they seem to be having fun in this tavern, you know, jumping and kicking around, laughing and giggling, and a lot of talking. And then as you walk outside, you see even more of this, except for it's much more energetic as the kids are able to roam free. Once more, you don't really see Keisu anywhere, especially now since you guys there's more time frame between you and Keisu as she walked away. So you guys don't see her, and you guys don't know where to go. But once more, you guys will see this large tent to the left of you guys in this town, and you guys will see several buildings once more built into the side of the hills. You see several kids, several people running about, and then one thing that stands out is you see some shit, what are they called? Tabaxis, which are pretty much humanoid cats.
Humanoid what?
Cats. Meow.
Yeah, they stand about 6 feet tall, walking around, and you see that they're handing out like papers and laughing and chatting about with one another.
Because they look kind of like me, as in like they're like human but animal. I like start like trying to like get Amelia to go over there.
So Rory starts pulling you towards
I'm like so helpful but unhelpful.
Yeah.
Well, wait, we have to go from K2. We can't go play with them.
I've helped.
Alright, so where do you plan on looking?
So where are we? We need a map, dude.
You guys don't know where you guys are.
We're in the middle of a town.
Yeah, you guys are in the
and
middle
yeah,
of town.
We're just clearly in a town setting,
Can
so I guess.
absorb what's near us?
Yeah, I already told you what's near you.
What is near us?
You see a bunch of NPCs. You see some houses built into the hillside. You see several of these. To the left of you, coming out of the end, to the left of you, there's a large tent with several colors. And then to the right of you is the forest that you guys came from.
To the tent.
Okay. So you start.
tent?
Yep.
Okay.
She starts pulling you towards the tent, and you guys start walking towards the tent. And then as you get closer and closer to the tent, the crowds the number of people gets denser and denser, so it gets hard to like try to move in. And then you would see a smaller tent in a distance between you and this larger tent, and you guys there's a line that you guys would have to wait to get to the bigger tent.
I hate lines.
So what are you doing?
I'm just like kind of
Magic
looking
shop.
at everything, and obviously I'm just like hanging on to Amelia at this point, letting her lead, just looking at stuff.
Yeah, you guys will feel a slimy arm wrapped around you guys, cause
So that Pi doesn't get lost.
yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
Is
Obviously,
there a
he's not
magic
using
shop
ass.
now?
You can ask around. You don't know for sure.
I go to many random people asking if there's a magic shop around because I'm
Alright.
lazy.
All right, make a roll.
Let's hope I get punched. 11. What is with my sucky ass rolls today?
11. So as you are asking people, you know, you go to so and so, and then they're like, "But what about the carnival? The carnival's right here." And then, like, they seem more excited for this carnival rather than, like, you know, the normal things. And then eventually you find a tabaxi, which is a once more
cat.
Yeah, a cat. And then you ask them, do you know any magical shops around? And then he would tell you, it's like, oh yes, actually, we have our own magic selection in the who's your friend? As he gazes towards Rory as he gets lost in thought.
This is Roy. Where's the magic shop?
And then
Wait, he's staring at me.
he's staring at you.
I'm staring back. Not intimidatingly, just staring.
And then he reaches out to do a handshake, which you don't know. And he waits there awkwardly, and then he goes.
I'll just like curiously like do the same thing, and I don't like grab his hand. I just kind of put my hand like out, just like his, and I'm like staring, and I'm like smiling like I'm doing something right, but I don't actually know.
And then he would say, he would grasp your hand and then start shaking it, and he's like, names.
And then I will just repeat.
Yeah, name's Kozak, and nice to meet you, Rory. Are you looking for a job? And
No, she's not. We're just looking for a magic shop.
I don't speak common, so I don't
Yeah.
understand anything that's going on.
yeah, but he doesn't know. so Kozak would be like, "Oh, are you her manager or something, little one?"
No friend, she can't speak common.
So what does she speak?
Do I know it? Like, do I know the tone for it?
You're a pretty smart person, so yeah.
Draconic. From
Oh,
what I
she speaks Draconic. I have a friend who can speak Draconic. Well, maybe they could talk to one another, and then maybe she could get a job for the carnival.
Right now, maybe a little, but we're looking for one of my friends. She's
About yay high.
black eyes. Blue eyes?
Blue eyes. No,
Blue eyes.
yeah, no black eyes.
Black eye. Okay.
She's very bland. And then let's see if he's seen her. Well, we've seen a lot of people today, miss. I'm sorry, I don't know if she may have came into the carnival or not. But you can always check. If you want, if you go do for this this interview with my friend here, you can get a behind the scene.
I feel like he seems like a kind of shady person.
Yeah.
Not that I'd be able to tell the difference, but
Yeah.
like the fact that he's just trying to like put me in the carnival.
So what do you say?
I'm just looking for the magic shop.
Well, again, we have one back there, but I ain't gonna let you back there unless this one right here wants a job interview.
Boy, need a job.
She looks at you very confused.
We'll pass.
Alright, alright. You know my name? Kozak. Got you. If you ever need a job, come speak to me.
I don't
I
want
mean,
to kick this guy so bad.
You want to try?
No.
Alright, so what are you doing? You're still surrounded by a bunch of these people who are very excited. Oh, actually, I need to change.
well, he actually let you know there's a magic shop inside the tent, so I guess that's probably your best bet. To wait to go inside the tent.
Sneak in though.
Why would we have to sneak in? We could go inside.
Well, we would
I
have to
tripped out
wait.
so hard when I heard music just now, and then I realized it's part of the game.
I did too.
Sorry. You guys are next to the carnival, so you guys get to hear this.
I guess wait to go into the tent.
So you're gonna wait in line?
Yes.
Alright, so you wait in line, and it takes about like 30 minutes of wait. And then eventually you get to the front of the line. And you would see in front of you once more another tabaxi. This one is a white cat with you see like a like kind of like a periwinkle spot on her right eye, and she. Huh?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot about my food.
Go get your food. Go get your food. Can't really do this without you, so. Yep. Yep. So where do you think Casey went?
I probably assumed that she did something with the book, and I'm not really gonna focus on it because I know she said she needed to help Amelia about it, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm not like trying to help Amelia find Kesu.
Yeah, because I was like,
Plus-
I was like,
Plus,
she's-
naturally, I'm just more interested in everything else.
Yeah, I figured putting a carnival for you would be like, oh my god, she's gonna love this, or at least be interested in it. Like all these people doing flips, and then like I figured since Pi can understand common a bit, he'd probably want to check out the carnival as well. What's up?
I'll have to go back in another minute.
Okay. Well, once more you see this white cat with periwinkle spots, one of which is on her eye.
Yeah.
And then she looks at the three of you, and she's like, "Oh hi, welcome to Jonas Dero," which is the carnival name.
Ow. Sorry.
Jonas Dero. Oops. It's lowercase o. We are a traveling carnival, and we are here today to amuse every single one of you. How many of you?
3.
Huh?
She said, "How many are there?"
How many
Yeah,
of
there's
you?
3 of us.
Yeah.
Oh, 3. Yeah, 3.
All right, and let's see. These next few seats are mid-row seats. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
All right. That will be, let's see, 2 gold.
I'm eventually
guess
gonna
I
have
give-
to start like learning common or something. I need to make some gold. I feel bad.
I just give her the gold, but I ask her about the magic tent.
Oh, you won't miss it. Just go on inside. Here's your tickets.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I should have made this tent, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna bullshit it. But I have a general idea. So you guys go on the inside, and you guys, and once more, this tent is huge, humongous, and you will see several stands lining the edge of this tent.
It's kind of like a giant farmer's market with like a stage on it, right?
Yeah, in
Oh,
the
okay,
center.
that's right, I got
In
it.
the center. It's huge. So I'm going to start from this corner. And probably go down to like this corner. Yeah, that's fine. It's huge. And then in the center, there seems to be a stage, where people can be seated around it. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Amelia, no, Aurora. Okay. Yeah, this is where you guys are. You guys would see you guys would see the table stands. I'll mark with the blue shields lining the walls. You see,
While you set that up.
yeah. In the center of this circle, you will see a band playing music.
Is she gonna get her food for very long, or is she gonna be like right back, or is she already on her way back?
She went to go get the food. So I mean, it's a microwavable, so it shouldn't be too long.
I'm gonna like refill my coffee real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to drink once I'm done with this. Because I'm not walking directly behind you like this, which is why I slam it on your face.
So what's going on?
You guys see several shops or stands. Actually, I should put less. I think about it. This one, this one, this one, this one.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, I'm deleting some because I actually don't need that much. But yeah, you guys will see several stands where people are surrounding the stands in search of food, water, and other supplies that they are selling. And once more, they consist of several different khajiits of different shapes and sizes. In the center, you would see a large stage where a band seems to be playing music, and you would see the occasional halfling jump on with their own instrument and start playing along with the group.
Do we get to see Anson? Because I feel like Anson would be here.
Just because he's a
My eyes
halfling,
are
that's racist.
No, I'm just saying.
Sparkling.
No. He's not here.
Everything
I
looks so
assume.
No, he's
fun
not
and
here.
pretty to me.
Yep. So, Rory is just in shock and awe, and you would see across from you guys, it's obviously the magic shop. You would see several kids standing around it, and then followed behind them are their parents, and then behind them are the humans and other races that are staring. You would see several sparks flying, like red sparks, blue sparks, and then like the kids are smiling, and then like occasionally you will see like a imagery of like a tiny dragon floating around, and then followed by some butterflies, and it just seems to be a lot of just showing off.
I don't know if this is the right
But that's,
magic
like,
shop
where
we're
the-
looking for.
But
But it's the closest thing you got that you can see. So
yeah, otherwise you could just go stand by stand.
Well, we paid for it. Let's go and check.
All right. So,
I drag Kai and Rory with me.
oh no, Rory goes without hesitation.
yeah, there's no dragging here. If anything, I'm probably slightly walking ahead of you, but not too fast so that I still know where you're going.
I messed up. I can't select the circle. Whatever. I can't move it, so it's fine. So long as I don't select it. So you guys
failed out.
Yeah, you guys go over there. It takes a moment as once more there's a large crowd surrounding it. where the kids are watching in shock and awe at this amazement of this person. And you would see a orange tabaxi with some stripes on his cheeks as he dons a long cloak with different colors and like different emeralds or not emeralds gems on it with a large with a nice collar around his neck.
Triggered.
What gems?
Triggered.
Yeah, and then like you would see like a collar on his neck with a tiny bell on it, and then he's once more showing off several spells that he's just casting in front of these kids that are in just pure amazement. And then he pulls out like a magic wand, and then he shrinks it into a tiny. He claps his hand, and it shrinks into his hand. And then when he opens his hands, birds fly out, and like once more the kids are in shock and awe. And then he takes a nice bow, and he's like, "Thank you for watching Joda's performance."
I'm like just as in awe as the children.
And his name is Joda.
I'm just in awe with the gems.
Yeah, and then like all the kids start clapping, and then they start laughing, and then you know, they try to like mimic his movements, try to produce the same magic by doing the same movements, but obviously nothing's happening. And then you see some kids like flying around with or not flying around, but walking around with like a stick and like pretending it's like a dragon. And then like you do see some of the audience member walk up to Joda and start asking him some questions before you guys finally get up to him. And then he looks at you and he's like, welcome. What made Joda do for you?
Was wondering if you saw a woman with black hair and black eyes, and she had a book with her.
Joda see many friends. Friends with book, Joda never see.
Darn. Where'd you get the gems?
These?
Yes.
These beautiful gems. Joda found on the ground, and Joda put in a collar like so, with magic. And then he takes one of the gems out, and you can see that it leaves like a faint light trail as he just moves it around.
Where'd you get it? I want one.
Joda will gladly sell to young girl if young girl has money. And he gives you kind of like a crooked smile, and it kind of winks at you.
Yes. How much? It is the case you get.
Yeah. So then he flips the gem over onto the back side of his hand, rolls it, and goes behind his back, and then pops up on the other side of the hand, and then disappears as he palms it.
You can tell I'm like resisting the urge to like snatch at it because it looks like a toy.
Yeah, and then he flips his hand, and then the gem disappears, and then he moves back onto the collar, which is connected to, and it appears back on the collar. And he's like, if you want one, that'll be 50 gold. You want more?
Holy shit!
I
don't even think she has 50 gold anymore.
She has 50 gold, exactly.
Yeah.
But I know what these gems do, so that's why they're 50 gold.
Oh, the different specific ones?
They have different colors, yes.
Can I make it off to see what they are?
Sure.
17.
They're fake. I mean, like the light emanating from them is magic, but other than that, they're just gems. They're not anything magical.
You mean crystals?
Oh yeah,
Just
crystals.
like
Yeah.
crystals.
Yeah, there's nothing magical about them. They won't do anything except for light up.
Well, I kind of too. Thanks for the offer, but that's all I have.
And it's like, no. Joda serves. Would you like to see Joda's others? And then he opens up a box or a chest, and you see several items on the inside that he seems to have accumulated over the time. And with that 17, you would notice that yes, a lot of these are magical. Not all of them, but a lot of them are.
Can I check which one? Like a lot of them are magical.
Mhm.
Like all the real thing.
I'll tell you if you know if it's fake. That's pretty much it. When he pulls stuff out.
I don't know what's in it, so
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah. So I'll tell you when he pulls stuff out if it's fake or real.
Oh.
And then he
Would I have to go for another Arcana for that?
No. With a 17, I'll just keep it consistent so we can get through this.
Alright.
He pulls out a what seems to be a tiny tree that was pulled out of the ground. Right. It's about like only about like a foot. Right. But it's a tree. It doesn't have any leaves or anything. And this is real. Right. This is magical. And Joda would say, Joda don't know what it does, but Joda keep. If you want to buy from Joda, this 20 gold.
Do I have any logic of knowing it? Can I roll for that?
No. There's a spell that will specifically tell you what it is, but with the 17 that you have, you don't know what it does.
Oh, okay.
But you know it's magical.
I thought he was just gonna show me more.
Oh, well he's
You'd have to say like, oh, show me more of what you got.
yeah, and also he wants to know if you're interested. Yeah, he also wants to know you're interested. He's pulling these out, telling you, and then waiting for a response if you're interested or not.
Let me see what else.
Okay. And Joda pulls out a orb, and it glows. This one is also real. And Joda says, "Sometimes Joda looks into the orb and sees future." Joda say 100 gold.
Oh god. I wanted that. Don't know what I'm interested. Next.
Joda will then pulls out a knife and he flips it and then he chucks it into the air and then he snaps his finger and it returns back to him.
So it's one Sam had?
Huh?
Is it the one like Sam had?
No, Sam teleports to it.
Oh, she was.
This one you could throw it and it comes back.
It's like a boomerang.
Kinda, except for you have to call it to come back, and his call is a snap.
How much is this one?
Joda uses it a lot. If you want to buy from Joda, 30 gold.
Do you have any more items?
Let's see, that Joda wants to sell. How about this one? And then he pulls it out, and it's a collar, much like his own, with a bell on it. Joda made new enchantment for this collar, so I could sell you this one. And then, yes, it is magical.
Wait, what is it?
It's a collar with a bell on it. And he says that he.
That's all he has, right?
Oh, that he wants to sell.
Okay. Do I know what it does?
No.
I want to go with the thing that I know that what it does, so we're gonna go with the knife.
You're gonna go with the knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a weapon.
Well, I mean, you could have always asked
What
they do.
What is the
Yeah, just put on the collar very quick. I'll do a demonstration.
Okay. I put.
That sounds shady as fuck, Linda. Why?
It's Amelia. It's Amelia.
I know, but and I know I can't really say anything because I have no idea what's happening. I just be here pulling stuff out.
On to me in case.
Okay.
I put the collar on.
Okay.
What did she say she does in case?
I asked you guys to hold on to me in case Pie and
So Amelia holds out her arm towards you, and then like she grabs your arm and like pretty much gestures you to hold on to her, and then Pi wraps his sludge around your waist, and then you put on the collar, and then he says, go ahead and say something in another language.
Alright, I say gems in. What do I know? What language do
Oh,
I
you
know?
know several languages. Elf, Halfling, and Dwarvish.
I say gems in orc.
Elf, Halfling, Dwarvish.
Dwarvish. Sorry, I thought you said orc.
So you say it in Dwarvish?
Yes.
You say gems in Dwarvish? Okay. Rory, you would hear her say gem.
I can hear.
Ooh.
I can understand Dwarvish.
No.
Or no, it's the
It's-
enchantment.
Yeah, it's the enchantment.
Huh.
I speak in Draconic. What?
And you don't understand what she's saying. And then
Ooh.
and then
Oh, I what is all
and then Joda would be like, anything you say, everyone can hear. Perfect clear. And then he takes the collar off you, puts it on himself, and you can see that he starts speaking, and it's almost like a dub, where like the lip sync doesn't match, but you can understand what he's saying. And,
Oh.
yeah.
How much is that necklace? Oh, how much is the collar?
Joda has new collar already, so Joda don't need. But very precious to Joda. Like 75.
Oh, I need it. I don't have it. Wait, I grabbed a gem out of my bag. I grabbed some of the gems. What do I have?
You have several different assortments of gems.
I've got.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just in your visit to me alone, I gave you like 3 sapphires. So
Yeah.
I grabbed
A sapphire and a ruby.
Yeah.
And Joda's eyes kind of lights up.
For Hollow and the knife.
Joda kind of rubs his chin, and then his eyes kind of twitch as he's looking at the gems. Here, go. Take the collar. Give me.
Handle. Yeah.
And he's like, and he puts it in the box, and then he locks it. Thank you from Joda.
Thank you. And I put the collar around. Should I? I have a feeling.
It's your call.
I know. I'll put it around myself. So, because she could understand. Rowie could understand me. And then, so, bye.
Well, probably always under it because they would understand.
Well, yeah. And then I'll get my knife. So.
Okay.
I got another weapon.
So you would hear Amelia say, "I got another weapon."
People just look at me like,
Yeah, because everyone can understand you now. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you guys doing now?
ask Chloe what she wants to do. We're just here for
Yeah.
the
So,
book.
so it's very
what is-
weird now that you're able to understand Amelia or Gem.
I'm so confused because like I look around. What other kind of stands are there?
You do see a food stand. You would see a music stand. You would see a clothing stand. You would see knickknacks. You would see some wood carvings, but they're not Anzins.
I want to go to the clothing stand
Okay.
because I noticed that everybody else is wearing clothes and I'm not. So I say I want to go to that one
Okay.
in Draconic because I think she can understand me now
Yeah, so
because I can understand her.
yeah, she speaks in a language you don't understand as she's pointing towards a clothing stand.
I still don't know what you're saying, but let's go.
But I know where we're going. So you guys walk on over there, and then you guys would see a let's see, what color would you guys see? Okay, so you guys would see a green tabaxi with some minor brown spots on him.
So basically, these are like the cats from Monster Hunter, right?
No,
That's all I'm imagining.
They stand like 5-6 feet tall.
They're bigger than you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
That's why I get so interested in them, because they're more like me
Yeah.
than like anything I've seen. So like I get interested.
Oh, okay.
And then
I think that's probably also why Kozek, yeah, was like, huh.
yeah,
this
Kozek
interesting creature.
was a black cat. So to make things even more shady.
Damn.
So yeah, you guys will see this green cat with brown spots on him, and he's wearing a nice suit and tie with once more a collar that seems to be made from Joda, and then he looks at the three of you.
You want a cookie, love?
No. That's how they spelled it. And he's like, "Welcome. My name is Petite."
Okay.
Petite?
Petite. Yep.
Okay.
Their names are very simple. You'll get that eventually.
So simple, I can't even.
Joda, Kozek, Petite. And then he gestures towards at you guys and he says, "Go ahead, pick whatever you like." And you guys will see a large assortment of different colored clothing. He seems to have several jackets, almost cloaks, that drapes down below the waist.
So I tug on by saying, just look around, see what you want. I'm like a pimp.
I got you, fam.
I got you.
You use my bottom, bitch.
Wow.
Oh look, wait.
You can be told that I am.
You guys are lagged now.
What?
You guys are lagged now.
Oh, I thought his name was Kai, so. Oh, that.
No. I mean, like it's Linda, Aurora, and George.
I know. And just like,
Otherwise, it would have been ARP.
stand something. It sounds pretty cool.
Sounds like rape if you replace the R with the A.
No. And it sounds like rap.
Oh, it's rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, team rap,
Get
yo.
your mind out the gutter, Alvin.
Yo, team rap, yo, and the camp, yo. Anyways, so basically, for the most part, what I like to do with the shopping is you tell me if there's an item. You ask me if there's an item there, and I'll tell you yes or no.
I'm basically kind of like, I know that like I'm like looking at people. I kind of like trying to think of like what would help me not look so obviously out of place.
So the first thing you
So
will
I'm
look
like
at,
looking around for like a tunic or something because I noticed that nobody's got like boobs showing.
Yeah, so you would see several ponchos, right? Obviously Rory wouldn't know, but I'm just telling you so you know how to.
Ponchos?
Ponchos.
Okay.
They're basically blankets with holes.
I know what ponchos are. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You see several of those. Once more, he specializes in jackets and coats. You would see some pants. You would see some shirts, and for a tunic, you would see like a very lightly colored yellow, almost like a light yellow tunic. And then
So I'm probably just like fishing around through things. I don't know. I kind of want to look at the jackets.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm just looking.
I'm
looking at the goggles. It does goggles.
Yes, there are.
I'm looking at those.
But they're dangling at a height that pretty much no one can reach, and it's almost like it's used as decoration around his shop rather than as a means of.
Should have not put it up. I am interested in some of them.
And then Petite would say, "Petite, not selling those." They are a decoration for a petite shop.
Fine. Go back to the coat.
Yeah, you will see several different colors of coats.
Is there like a black coat that looks like it'll fit me or anything and cover things?
Yes, actually, especially since Khajiit or Tabaxis have tails, you would see that there's even like a placement, like a part ways on the backside so that your tail can be placed there.
Okay, so I grab it and then I like hold it to Amelia.
She's holding a black coat towards you that has a tail opening, part way, and then Petite would be like, oh, she wants that one. Are you buy for your friend?
He asked me.
Yes.
How much is it?
For this one, maybe 5 silver.
Well, can I give 1 gold?
You have silvers too.
Do I?
Yeah.
How many souls do I have?
You have 9. I believe.
9? Sure.
5 silver. Boom. Got a coat. A black
You
coat.
got
Put it on, and I am no longer naked.
You are no longer
Naked.
naked.
I love that word, naked.
And then Petite would say, do you want anything, miss? Or would you like maybe Petite to make something for you and your friend and
Thing.
is your friend okay? And you look,
Is it in his blob form or the
he's
female?
in his female humanoid form.
Okay.
So you look at Pi and you notice that there's a lot more food or bones in him than it was before. And then now thinking about it, you're like, oh yeah. And you look on the ground and you see several food just like thrown on the ground, and he's just kind of
Damn it, why?
he's just
God, we're gonna get in trouble for stealing.
no, he's not stealing from people. He's cleaning up the ground by picking up the wasted food that is thrown on the ground.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I do you want anything?
Wiggles.
Is there any hats?
Yeah, there's a top hat. There's a fedora. There's
I'm gonna get him the photo.
Photo.
There's-
I'm giving him the photo.
Because I know George would love that.
Okay. So for the fedora, that will be in a 2 silver. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay. So you get 2 silver. And
Is there a hood on my jacket?
yes, there is.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering because I might want to draw it later.
So you put it on Pi, and Pi kind of wiggles in excitement.
Just don't eat it. Don't absorb it. Just wear it.
It slowly sinks into his skull.
Before it goes out.
Okay. You have it.
Wait. He does have a choice of absorbing things, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just put it back.
while it's in its while it's in the blob, it tips.
Snazzy.
All right. So what do you want to do now?
Pi, where do you want to go?
Wiggles.
Or you want to go in somewhere anywhere else?
I want to go to the music place
She points at the music.
because I noticed people are like dancing around or like playing the music, and it looks fun.
Yep.
Sure. We just walk over there, I guess.
Alright, so
No
yeah,
issues.
you walk you walk over there, and yeah, you would see several people dancing around to the music, and then once more you see more and more people climbing onto the stage and pulling out their instruments and adding along with it. And some people, take a step down for playing too long. And then the main band is still there, which is made up of once more of just a bunch of tabaxis of different shapes and colors. One of them is red, the other one's black, the other one's white, the other one's purple. And they're just going at it. And if you guys want, you guys can start dancing, in which case you guys can roll a performance check.
15. I thought I would do a lot worse than I rolled.
Yeah, so
Watch me roll like a 1. Oh, okay, that's not that bad.
Amelia, you start dancing, right? And you've been to several parties, especially being invited by the queen on several occasions to join their parties, and you have your experiences in dancing, so you start dancing along, and then Rory starts dancing, and you notice that she starts like losing rhythm, and then you just kind of like grab her by the hands and you start helping her get back into the beat, and you guys are just kind of dancing with each other now.
Well, I'm helping her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys are just all
Hey, boy.
dancing together. And then since this will be your first time dancing, eventually while you guys are dancing, Rory, you kind of get more and more into it as this is new, this is exciting for you. And
Yes.
and you bump into someone, and then it has a chain reaction, and then like a bunch of people fall down, and then people start shouting like, "Hey, what's going on? What was that for?" And then now they're just kind of looking at you, and then you're just kind of like, whoops.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got excited. She's new at
Just
this.
feel like she's never danced before.
She's new at it.
And then you would hear one of the tabaxis on stage. You'd be like, "No worries, just keep on dancing, let the flow going. We mean no harm here." And then they continue to keep playing. And then eventually you guys will stop dancing, as the music will eventually end and fade as all the tabaxis will then get off the stage, except for one, the drummer. As the drummer stays on stage, right? You hear him start pounding into the drums, boom, 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 and then from all around the tent, the lights dim before being snuffed out, all around the tent. There is still a light source from the center of the tent that has an opening up front, or not front, at the top. In which case, on stage, which is where the only light source is, you would see the drummer, and then you would see another tabaxi walk up onto the stage. As he is wearing very very fine clothing fitted to himself. It's a purple suit with a red tie, and he has a nice kind of like a what are those hats? The Carmen Sandiego hats. What are those called?
I don't know. I just called them Carmen San Diego hats.
They're like very very wide hats, and he stands on board, and he's a white tabaxi. You do see that there are some
Bowler hat?
bowler. Sure.
Kind of like what John Watson wears?
Who's John?
I don't know, whatever.
Whatever.
Hat.
Yeah, I'll show you guys that. Whatever. Yeah, he's wearing a very very white hat, and he's a white tabaxi. And you do once more see that there are some scars on him. One of which is his eye seems to be clawed out, and he has green eyes. And he will call out towards the crowd, and he says, thank you all of you for coming here and having fun at the Jonastero."
Cat, I'm gonna roll over you if you don't move.
Do it, Human. Do it.
Well,
Yep. And then he starts gesturing around as the lights slowly start to light up once more. Now allow me to introduce Tovia and her twin brothers. Tovia.
no, don't leave me, kitty.
Wouldn't people be gravitating towards like the seating area?
Yes, yes, and then they start sitting down.
So we go and sit down too.
Yeah, and then you would see this female Khajiit, or I keep saying Khajiit, Tabaxi. She is a green blue with a hints of green stripes on her, with a white belly, and she stands about 40 feet into the air on a large pole that seems to be she's going to be swinging across, and then you guys will see that she does so. She does swing across. I forgot what are those called.
Trapeze?
Yeah, she's a trapeze artist and everything. But yeah, and then she starts swinging, and then her twin brothers, which are younger brothers, um, start performing along with her, and you start seeing like them doing a bunch of flips and catching one another, preferably with their feet. And then their finale is they all flip into the air as one, and kind of link their tails together as they spin downwards before being caught by the catching net. And then everyone starts clapping. Everyone starts clapping at the amazement. Amelia would do so. And then let's see. Now, the main tabaxi will start calling back out. Now it's time for the audience to have their fair share in our entertainment. And then he steps aside as he snaps his fingers, and the light starts lighting up once more, lighting up the area. As Tabaxi starts bringing up these tables onto the stage, followed by several several chairs, and then the guy was yell out, "We're gonna have an eating contest. Winner will get free access to backstage and meet all our entertainers for this evening. Not only that, but you will also be given this award," and he pulls out an award, which doesn't really look that fancy. Kind of looks like it's just like a wood carving that he clawed out of it with his hands.
Oh.
Right? But it's the thought that counts, right? And then he will also pull out his hat, or pull off his hat and reach inside, which seems deeper than what it looks like, and he pulls out what seems to be a small potion, and he says, "And the winner will also receive this magical potion."
I slapped the pie. I was like, you should go enter this.
Pie
I want to be interested too.
Pie wiggles, and then now please, if you will, all participants, please stand from your seats and make your way up here in a nice orderly fashion.
They tug on boys. Like, if you want to go, stand and go up there.
You say follow those people.
Yeah, follow the people.
I immediately get up and follow the people, not too crazily so that I don't like hurt anybody, but
Okay. So then Pi stands up and starts walking with Rory to make sure that she's okay, and then you guys will eventually get seated. There's about 8 other people. So the first meal that is placed is what seems to be like a very just a very very small bread, and then you guys will eat it. Nom nom nom. Pretty simple.
I literally shoved it in my mouth in like one bite.
Yep. And then Amelia, you would look at Pi and you would notice that the bread is still in him, and then the tabaxi would be like, I don't think that counts.
Pie, you gotta eat it.
As it is slowly dissolving, he's just like,
That'd be crazy.
just kind of pausing for a moment and looking at everyone else, and it's like, well, the show must go on, but I think it would be a bit unfair if you were here. So if you may, can you please go back to your seat? And then Pi slowly walks back to his seat because
Aw.
he's not technically eating it like everyone
Aw.
else is. Like pie doesn't get full. He just
Yeah.
shoves it in. Yeah. So then right now it's just Rory. So then the next meal that comes out is a sandwich. And then you guys will then start eating it, no problem. And you guys would see some of the kids that joined step off the stage because they're like, no, too much, and then
Aw.
they get down. Like, don't
Me,
worry.
I'm just like excited about every taste. I'm not even like giving a fuck about. how it
you're
feels.
just kind of fucking munching all you can, and then
And I get like more excited every time there's.
yep. And then the next meal that comes out is a small dish made up of different assortments of meat and vegetables. At this point, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw to see.
Oh God.
Yeah, because
It's a 20, right?
yeah, a D20 because you've been eating a lot.
Oh no!
I lose.
Yep.
Oh no.
So yep. So
I'm out.
Yep.
I'm down for the count.
Well,
Boy. God.
no, if I'm gonna do this like my other games, then that should be fine. That's one strike. So one other guy gets kicked out because yeah, he's like, oh man, I ate too much funnel cake as he steps down. And then the next meal that comes out is an even larger meal, more meat than before, and then followed by a bottle of water. In which case, go ahead and roll again, Rory.
Oh,
All right, and you feel the sudden urge of competitiveness, and you're like, okay, I'm supposed to just keep eating. I could do that. That's all I've done my life. So you just start
accurate.
yeah, you just start consuming it. No problem. And then three other guys fall to this. So there's only 4 of you guys now. And then the next meal that comes to be is it's a very, very large meal. Roughly for each one of you, it's about half the size of the table, and it is just a large cooked almost elephant-like head.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Weird.
And go ahead and make it roll. Oh,
Yep.
that was a natural
I'm
one.
out.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a natural one, so that's a double failure. So, so as she starts consuming the elephant or the elephant head.
Tastes horrible.
Yep, tastes horrible. It doesn't have sauce like the other ones, and it's like and then there's eyeballs. They pop in your mouth.
Oh.
This is not like eating the wild animals.
And then Rory just kind of goes into like the fetal position on the floor.
Oh, sucks.
Yep. And then the winner of the group is a dwarvish man who is roughly half the size of Rory, but like the width is definitely the same size. He's just like, yeah, backstage. And then yep, that's the end of that. And there will be several other events, but we could just flash forward if you guys would like. We've been playing for about
Yeah, I don't mind.
yeah, we've been playing for
And it's
about
easy to imagine the carnival feel.
yeah, we've been playing for about 2 hours, almost 2 hours, almost 2 hours. So what time did you want to go to your parents?
You could still continue playing.
And Aurora, when is your boyfriend calling?
I don't know.
No,
I thought you already
It's hard.
called by
It's
now.
hard to tell. No.
He's like 5 hours ahead of me, so he's 2 hours ahead of you guys. He won't call until like 6 his time. And it's only like about 3, because he has to get out of class and stuff, and he has to get his phone reissued back to him.
Okay, well, I was just checking in, so we can continue. We can continue. So, after the whole carnival entertainment has happened, what do you guys wish to do? At this point, it's about 9 p.m.
Casey is still missing.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Yes.
Oh. Oh my glasses. Did we eat at all? Well,
I did.
I'm
you eat
hungry.
After the 4 hours, no, you guys haven't. You guys just kind of been having fun at the carnival. You guys would have met several people where they're just really nice, and like, you know, they're really interested in Rory because once more they've never really seen a creature like that, and they're also interested in Pi, who's a slime, and they're just kind of, whoa, I didn't know they could do stuff like this. I thought they were hostile, but I guess they're okay. So what are you guys doing?
Guess go back to the hotel.
You go back to the inn.
Or did you want to try a food stand? Or is the carnival closing down?
It's closing down, but there most of the stands, or at least the consumable stands, are still open.
I mean, we could go to the consumable stand. I'm in the mood for fish. Real life and D&D character.
Okay, so you go over to that stand, and you would see a smaller tabaxi.
Cat creek.
Tabaxi. I remember tabaxi. I keep wanting to say Khajiit from Elder Scrolls.
White van.
Yep. And then it's once more, it's a smaller one, almost childlike, and he's like, "Hello, are you hungry?
Yes I am. What do you guys have?
We have chicken, we have elephant, we have fish, we have the birds, and the pig, and some funnel cake. I like the funnel cake.
So cute.
I like the funnel cake.
Can I get a fish pie? Do you want anything?
As you look at him, and there's even more food
No, he doesn't. I'll just take a fish.
in his body. So just a fish.
Yeah, just a fish.
Okay. And then he walks out the tent, or the back, because like there's like an opening in the back.
Yeah.
And he's gone for a moment, and then he comes back, and he comes back with like a really small fish, like roughly the size, like that can fit into like your palms of your hand.
Oh, because the kids or something like that.
And we're running out. It's almost the end of the night.
Alright, that's fine.
That will be 2 go.
I give the. It's also a cat, right?
Yeah. It's a child
I
cat.
give. What was it?
It's a child cat.
I give them the thing, the gold.
2 gold
Yeah.
for a tiny.
Damn, 2 gold for a palm-sized fish.
Yep.
Yes, because they're adorable.
Whatever sinks your boat, Amelia.
And I'm horrible with money. So.
Yep.
And if I find gems, they're a bit more worth than. What, George?
No, I work at 3. Yeah, you want to join us? We're still playing.
No.
Okay, so you eat it, and like it's a little bit undercooked, but yeah,
It's food.
yeah, it's food. And Rory just kind of looks at the food, and she's like, no more.
Nah.
No.
Like, I'm curious.
Not after that
Alright.
last one.
Let's go back to the hotel.
Okay. So you go back to the inn, and then once more it's still bustling. The baneful omen is still bustling, and you go downstairs back to the room, and once more Keisu is not there.
She's still not there?
Nope.
Wait, she is.
Hmm?
Wonder where she is.
No. So that's what Amelia says to you.
At this point, would Amelia have like lost thought of the book because it's been so long?
No. That's
So,
how
and she's
dangerous
still-
that book is. Yeah.
All right, so at this point, she's just like
I'm just
probably-
rolling on the floor, just wanting the book back.
So what?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said I'm just rolling on the floor, just wanting the book back. Because I can't really do anything because we've been looking for her.
Yeah, but we only looked inside the tent. Now we can look around like the town. I'm not showing any signs of exhaustion since I'm an especially nocturnal creature.
I
Well,
guess we
actually-
go back up.
Actually, you guys would start to be getting exhausted because after the last session, you guys have not rested at all. The only time you guys
True.
rested was when you guys took a shower, and that wasn't really resting per se.
I'm just knocked out,
You're just knocked out.
tired, sleeping.
Okay. So
Honestly.
Amelia
Or-
Amelia rolls herself to sleep. She's throwing a tantrum about the book and slowly falling asleep. What's Rory doing?
After she went to sleep, I put her on the bed and then curl up next to her with my arm around her.
Okay. And then as you crawl up around her, you would feel this slimy ooze wrap around both of you.
Doesn't bother me at this point. I'm probably used to it now.
It's yeah. And then you guys will wake up the next day. Sorry, I had to stretch for that. You guys will wake up the next day, and you guys would see Keisu sleeping on the floor.
I immediately like
I pounce.
nuzzle her.
I pounce.
And Amelia, jeez,
Where's the book?
what book?
The book. Where's the book?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Amelia.
You took the book. It wasn't under the bed. After we get back.
I just woke up. What?
I'm aroused by the commotion of Amelia. I'm
So-
awake now.
Hello, Sam. We're playing D&D right now. So, what? Okay. So, Keisu would say in Draconic, I hid the book with a friend. I'm trying to keep her away from it. Please help me.
I immediately, gently, but still kind of roughly tackle Amelia and like push her off a Keisu.
Just see
See
her
her,
like this.
Clawing her back as you rip Amelia off her. She just scratches Keisu's back. Like, give it back! and then yeah, because there's no way you can outstrength Rory. There's no
Yeah.
way. So,
No.
so Rory eventually pulls you off, and then Casey's like, jeez.
We've been looking for you all night.
Huh?
We've been looking for you all night. I spent almost 10 gold.
I'm pretty sure you spent a good more than 10 gold.
You spent about.
And
I spent
Gems.
my...
Actually, now looking at it, yeah, you spent 9 gold,
Yeah.
and then gems. So yeah, that's more than 10. Yeah. So Casey.
like how many silvers?
2 4, 5, 7. Sorry. I did the math. I did the math. I did the math.
2, 5.
I did the math. Yeah. 7 silver and 9 gold and some gems. And then Casey would be like, "Yeah, I noticed you have a new," and then she rings the collar. Collar. Why are you wearing a collar?
Oh.
I tell Casey I can understand her now.
I was gonna say, Rory, raise your hands up.
Wait, what?
I said, Rory, raise your hand so that she could understand me.
And then like, oh, that's good. So at least I'm not the only one that can talk to her now. And then she says a
I
draconic.
tell Casey she still can't understand me though.
And then Casey would say, "Oh, that's good. That way we could keep telling secrets."
I just laugh.
And is Pi wearing a fedora?
I got him the fedora, and he tipped it, and it's amazing. We need to talk to George for this.
I know. I will.
I noticed that Casey's paying attention to everybody else, so I like drop Amelia and show her my jacket.
Just drop it.
Whoosh. And she's like, "Oh, wow, Rory, wow, that's amazing. Please tell me you didn't steal that."
No, I got it.
Okay.
Please tell me you didn't steal that.
Because I
don't know anything.
exactly. And then she looks around the room, and we should probably tidy up, and then head on to back home. Amelia.
I want my book.
It's at home.
Bill, all the way back to home, and then he within one night.
I didn't take it.
Yes, you did.
And she's
I
okay.
just like see her like pointing like accusingly.
Yeah, no, like you hear Keisu speaking a language you don't understand, and you see Amelia point at her and says, "Yes, you did." and then Casey would say, "Okay, fine, yes, I took your book, yes, and I brought it back home, and I came back."
Why is he every single editor? It's like,
Now, if you want it, you have to go home.
fine.
Do I have to drag you there?
Yes.
She ties a rope around Amelia.
I was gonna say like wouldn't because of the book wouldn't she be like, oh yes, okay, so it's at home, so she would be drawn to it, so she actually would be weird.
Forget that.
Amelia is a child.
Trouble.
Yeah. So she's throwing another tantrum. And she's like, if you're gonna take me there, take me there. So ties a rope around Amelia. Starts cleaning up the room, fixing the bed, cleaning up any dirt that you guys may have brought in from the outside. And checks the bathroom, make sure everything's clean and organized, and then she...
Why do we clean this up? Don't the maids clean it?
Because they'll give her back.
Yeah.
They'll give back the gold if
Yeah.
it's clean.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell this.
It's different in the D&D, bro.
Oh.
So she goes back upstairs and she talks to the dwarf. The dwarf returns the money. And then he's like, are you sure you guys don't want to buy any food before you leave? It might take a while for you to get back to Ky-Rimus.
I'm still hungry.
Yeah, I was gonna say my stomach's probably growled.
That's nice, Amelia. And then she hears the growl and she's like, okay, fine. See how much money she has. Oh. So she pulls out a gold coin, And she's like, let's just get like a small breakfast meal so that we can get on our way. And then she looks at you, Rory, and she's like, do you want your meat to be raw, or do you want
I shake my head. I want the tasty cooking food.
Okay, yeah. So can I get? Oh, I guess I have to get 4. Okay, here's 5 silver, 4 breakfast plates. And he's like, 4 breakfast plates coming up. Bring out the Colossus. And then unlike the searing spear, it is the reason why it's called the Colossus is because they just put it on one single plate.
big
Yeah,
plate,
one single
yeah.
plate with 4 different meals on it. And then you guys eat. You guys consume it all. And then Casey looks at Amelia and she says, "You owe me."
I don't owe you nothing.
You damn whore.
What'd you say?
No, I'm not saying that. That's what she said. I was saying like Amelia, I don't owe you nothing. You damn whore.
Bible.
Without
you.
All right. So
Made Lori get sick.
Casey would then walk you guys out the town, and then you guys once more can still see the tent. It's still up, and looking around Casey picks up a flyer, and she looks at it and she says, "Oh, looks like they're going to be here for a couple of days. They're trying to raise money to go to Ky-Rimus as well, huh?" And then
Wait, they're going to the same place?
yeah, they're going to the same place, but they're trying to save up money so that they can afford to go to the place. Cause you don't notice, but I'll tell you right now that Ky-Rimus is on an island.
One of them has enough money to go.
Yeah.
The one that they gave the gems to.
Is that enough money?
More than he had.
That's true. So
That's true.
yeah. So Casey starts leading you guys out the town, and then she looks at Amelia. She says, "Amelia, do you want to take the shortcut?"
A what? Shortcut?
Yeah, the shortcut. Then you have to stand up and look pretty for your dad.
Just get off.
Amelia, like some sort of princess?
No.
I'm just a kid.
Come on, Amelia. Your book and your dad is waiting for you. You gotta stand up.
Fine. I pat myself down, fix my jacket, and then just clasp my gloves and walk.
I don't think your dad would like it unless you're smiling.
Just give like an angry smile.
And as
It's basically like Mandy's smile.
so as she's walking away, she's walking towards the other side of the hill, and she will say in Draconic and out loud, she says, "Okay, Roy, it's not so Jem is really mad at me, but I'm trying to make things funny."
Okay.
So once more, keep the book away from her, and make sure she never touches the book again.
Got it.
And then so on the other side of this hill, you guys will see a large floating emerald. And then Casey walks up to it, and she speaks into it in a language you don't understand, and then and she'll say, "All right, I have your daughter right here. As you can see, she's healthy. She's a little bit angry at me, but yeah."
Eye twitching and smiling.
Yeah. So can you take us back now? And then you will hear a woman's voice in a language you don't understand, and then Casey would then tell Rory to hold hands with Pi and hold hands to each other. Just make sure that you are all holding hands. And then you guys will hold hands.
Okay.
You guys will hold hands. The emerald starts lighting up before it gets so bright that you can't see anymore, that you have to shield your eyes or close your eyes out of the blindness. And then the light would clear, and you guys would see yourself within a town of Ky-Rimus. In the courtyard, exactly right here, in this area. Next to you, you would see this human, or two humans, one male, one female. Describe how your father looks.
I don't know how my father looks.
Okay, so you see this man with a blue jacket, a white shirt, black pants, black hair, has a little bit of blue eyes, as he stands there roughly around like 5'6", 5'7". He has in his hand some notes, a book, not your book, but a book, and standing next to him is a woman wearing a very elegant dress, and what seems to be some battle armor, like battle armor. It's a battle armor dress, basically. It has fashion and stability. She has this long blue hair that almost touches the ground, with emerald green eyes, and she stares at she looks at everyone with a very gentle smile. And she's like, "I'm so happy you guys are back. Well, welcome to Ky-Rimus, and I see you made new friends." And then Casey's like, "Yep, and I'm taking these two to Nook and Cranny. You can keep her." And she.
Casey was me.
And then he'll be like, "Yes, Amelia. She's told me everything about the adventure. Now come on, we have to go home. You could tell me everything once we're home."
What we say?
Who's Rory? And Casey looks at you and says, "She's staying with me," as she's pulling Rory and Pi towards Nook and Cranny.
I just saw his legs.
Casey's or Rory's?
Mine.
All right. She says in Draconic, "Rory, where do you want to go? Do you want to go back to my home, or do you want to go with Amelia? Or Jem?"
I can distract Jem from thinking about the book if I go with her.
That is a very fair point. You're a lot smarter than you look. Alright, I'll keep an eye on Pi. If you need help finding me, and then she gives you a wooden symbol in a language that you don't understand, but you recognize this symbol as the symbol that Casey has been carving pretty much everywhere that she went. And she says, "If you ever need to find me, just show this to someone, and they'll point you in a direction."
Okay.
And then she starts walking away. As you two, you guys will start walking up several sets of stairs, up this mountain.
I'm just groaning.
Yep. And then your father would be like, "Amelia, I'm so happy you made a new friend. She looks lovely. What was her name again?"
Name's Roy.
Roy. Interesting. What is she exactly? I see several.
Just shrug.
Interesting. Very interesting. How did you find her?
Cave. In a cave.
You went into
God,
a
you're
cave?
so antisocial when it comes to your dad.
You went into a cave?
Yes. She gave me the gems. I love the gems.
Wait, so this person, this Rory character, did she lure you into the cave with gems?
I don't remember how we found her.
She
He
was.
found me at the lake,
Yeah, she was. At
and
the
then
She-
Casey
wait.
saw the cave, and then I
She came
brought
from
you to like
the cave,
where I live.
but we found her at the lake, poking at some other things.
I didn't ask
Fine.
you where you found her. I'm asking you, did she lure you into the cave with these gems?
Nope.
Wow, overprotective much?
He
I
is.
feel like I'm like some kind of creep.
Casey left that part out of the story. She didn't tell me you guys dwelled into a cave. Did anything happen in the cave? Were you okay?
We killed the psychotic man.
You killed a what?
Me and my Pie and Boy killed the psychotic
Who
man,
is
which
Pie?
was opening the blob. That was the next to Keisu.
This, the slime creature had a name?
Yes, Pie. And then, anyways, this guy had to open up the what was it called? What was it called?
Minotaur.
He had the Minotaur open, his chest and his all guts was out, and he was doing this weird ritual, so we killed him.
He immediately starts like lifting up your jacket and checking like if you have any wounds or anything. And like you do have some minor wounds, but like it's like once more that burn that's still on your finger that is like kind of.
They were the ones that Casey dragged me.
She did what?
Setting Casey up for all of the trouble.
So the funny part about this conversation is that to worry she hears wah 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 wah, and then we
But
found
I only hear like whatever like.
yeah, and then we found
Amelia said.
and then we found a Minotaur with his chest wide open. There was blood everywhere. Wah wah wah, and then and Casey was dragging me on the floor. Yeah, so yeah, your dad is checking everything around you and everything, and like he's like, that woman, I told her to keep you safe.
I'm live. Just to the face.
Like a weird. I just see this kind of like weird shrug, nervous smile. Like I didn't die.
And then so as he's very stressfully walking you guys to the homestead of Amelia, you guys would see this 3-story home that is gated with the stone wall and an iron gate. The 2 guards at the gate open up as the 3 of you walk in, and this is your first time being here, Rory, and this is the first time Amelia is seeing this out of character. So yeah, you guys will see this 3-story home, and then he'll say, "Welcome to the Sorrows homestead, and just make yourself at home. I guess. Don't do anything weird to my daughter. She will always be constantly under.
I clearly
observant."
can't understand anything you say, and I'm just kind of smiling, looking interested at like everything.
Yeah, you see like you see some humanoid shapes made up of green, which is just
The bushes.
yeah, they're just bushes.
Like-
They're just bushes carved to look like humans. And then and then the fun part is you would see compared to all the gems that Amelia has found, you see plain white gray stones that just lines the floor. And then
Marble.
no, it's not marble, it's just stones.
Oh.
Yeah, just stones. And then
Wait,
Right.
where are we?
you're home.
Okay.
You guys are currently outside at the moment, and he would say, yeah, as you can see, as you probably know, Amelia's a gem nut, and when she was younger, she went through the whole house just finding gems, and she cleaned this whole floor, this whole outside of gems of all shapes and colors. Except for you wouldn't know this, but I'm just saying this for love purposes. And then you guys would go inside, and then he'll say, "Okay, Amelia, I'm gonna call for guards. so that they can walk you to your room. I have to get back to my studies. I'm so happy you're home.
Guards to walk me to my room.
Hmm.
Why?
After what I just heard you do, I am calling guards.
I'll be fine. God. Try to go upstairs.
And he just kind of claps his hands and is like, "Can someone please escort Amelia?" As he walks away. And then, so as you guys are walking up the stairs, uh, Amelia, do you want your room to be on the third or second floor?
I put my room in the attic.
That's what I was thinking. It's the third floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So Amelia starts climbing up the stairs, and then you're looking around and you see that, yeah, holy crap, she has a lot of shiny things. And you're not even in her room yet. And then these two men come and stand on the side of you guys, wearing some very cheap metal armor, having swords on their sides, and then they kind of give a nod to Amelia and they're like, "Amelia," and then you're just kind of like, whatever.
I just glare at them and just go up.
Yep. And you climb to the third set of stairs, and then you guys reach the top floor. In which case, Amelia then pulls a string from the ceiling, and a set of staircases, a small set of staircases, come down, and she climbs up into it. And then you would slowly climb afterwards. And up here, Rory, you would see that there's probably several gems on the walls. Maybe some gems tied to strings dangling on the ceiling. And one thing that catches your eye is, one, the lack of a bed, and two, a large stone-like creature at the end of this corridor, I guess, at the edge of this room, just staring back towards you guys with a empty gaze.
Hey, Bob.
I like. Hey, Bob.
Mhm.
He's alive.
Yes. Sure.
I like
You
stare
should-
at it, like
yeah,
kind
you-
of like what?
You can't reply to Rory because you don't know what she's saying. But yeah.
I mean, I'm not really saying anything. I was just, I thought at first it was a statue, and then
Yeah,
turns out it's actually alive.
and then yeah, you hear Amelia say, "Hey, Bob."
I look at Amelia like, why are you talking to a rock?
Do I have it built together or anything like that, Alvin?
It's currently in construction, so he's not active.
Ugh.
So
Okay.
it's completely normal for Amelia to do that because she's gonna do that eventually. So yeah. So you saying "Hey, Bob" is completely fine. It's just
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's just that it's unresponsive, but it will be.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing in her room?
I'm gonna like examine Bob because like it looks like a thing, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look like a thing at the same time, and I'm just really
So-
confused.
Yeah, so going up to Bob curiously, he stands roughly the same length as you. He's a little bit wider than you, but nonetheless almost the same length. Once more, it's an empty gaze, so when you look inside, you realize that it's not completely hollow underneath. There's like other sticks or interesting things on the inside that you don't quite understand. And then you notice that there's an opening in his chest area, and you look at his chest and you see several gems in there of different shapes and colors attached to different rods and whatnots. And you don't know what's going on here, but this is Bob apparently.
Like touch him.
Nothing happens.
Do I sense like any energy or anything?
You can make an Arcana check.
It's a D20.
Yep.
Nah.
Nah.
Did you get?
I got a 7.
Like Rory trying to look for some type of like magical essence. She can't feel anything, so then she leans in and Nope, nothing. It's just a pile of rocks. You do get a sense that of Amelia coming from this robot. So you get the understanding that she's probably put a lot of work into this robot. You can smell her sweat almost from this robot alone.
Bloody.
But we're gonna end it here. I have to get ready for work now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting going out.
Yep. So I'm
Bye.
going to try and think of other things, and I'll see you guys next time.